Okay, so for my speech today, I'm going to teach you guys a few softball skills. First off, we're going to talk about mastering the basic softball swing. Second of all, we're going to learn how to adjust to a pitcher and learn how to hit where it's pitched. And lastly, we're going to talk about the short game and the importance of bunting and its technique. So hitting is a part of softball where no matter how long you work at it, how many cuts you take, you're always going to fail. That's why the best hitters, they say, can get on base 3 out of 10 times, and you're considered a superstar. Hitting can be taught a number of different ways. You keep taking cuts in the batting cages, but you keep working at that proper technique, you're going to be successful to get a hit. So the first step of hitting, when you first step in the box, it's important to get in a good stance. A good stance means keeping your feet about shoulder width apart, having a little bend in that waist. You can go ahead and touch the outside corner of the plate to ensure that you get full plate coverage when you're hitting. The next step, you want to line up your knuckles. The proper grip in softball is to line up your knocking knuckles, as if you're knocking on a door. You want to line them up so that when you make contact with the ball, you're in the strongest possible position. After you do that, you can bring that bat on up to your shoulder. You can go ahead and rest it in the preload position. Once you've been in the preload position, you'll be ready to load when the pitcher releases the ball. Once you see that pitcher start her motion, you can go ahead and stride, get on the balls of your feet, take a short stride to the pitcher. You can go ahead and lift that bat off your shoulder about 6 inches. Make sure you keep it close to the ear and keep that bat at about a 45-degree angle. Once you're ready to hit the ball and it's coming right through the zone, you want to get to a strong contact position. When you get to contact, you want to ensure that your head is over the ball. You can see the ball hit the bat with your eyes. You want to ensure that you rotate your body a full 180 degrees so you get full rotation and your hips can power through the zone. You want to make sure those hands are out in front. You're hitting the ball in front of your body. And then you want to keep that knocking knuckle grip that we talked about with the stance to ensure that you have a palm up, palm down, grip on the bat. You want to make sure your front elbow is at about a 90-degree angle because you don't want to be fully extended because then you'll lose all your power. Once you get to that contact position, after you hit the ball, you're going to want to go straight to extension. Now, extension is essentially the same exact position that you're in. Your arms are going to be fully extended towards your pitcher. You want to make sure that the bat head is facing your target, which is up the middle. That's where you want to hit the ball. If it's pitched down the middle, you want to ensure that your hands are at the same position, in the palm up, palm down position, and that you don't roll over. When you roll over, that's when you hit kind of a weak ball, weak grounder. We want strong line drives right to the pitcher. So once you get to that full extension point, your body is still rotated, you're out on your front foot. You want to keep that front leg straight. Make sure you squish the bug, as they call it, on your back foot to ensure the most power that you have. After you get to that strong extension point, you can go ahead and finish high through your follow through. At that point, you can roll your hands because you've already hit the ball. And so once you master kind of that basic swing, that's when you gotta learn how to adjust to a pitcher. A pitcher can throw you inside, she can throw you outside, down the middle, high, low, whatever. She's going to be coming at you with everything she has. Say she pitches you inside. There's a little different technique to that. So once you get to that contact position, you want to ensure that you're out in front because you don't want that ball to break in on your hands. You want to keep the barrel out in front and hit it early. If you're a right-handed hitter, you're going to want to hit towards third base. You really want to pull the ball to the shortstop, third base side, into left field. Say now it's pitched down the middle. You want to wait a little bit longer and hit that ball right in the middle of the plate, kind of how when I demoed before, same position. You want to hit it right as it's crossing the plate, follow through extension. And lastly, say it's an outside pitch and the ball's breaking on you away, maybe towards that outside batter's box. You really want to wait back. You can make contact a little bit later in the zone because you have more time to travel, and you really want to try and rip that ball right to right field, first base side if you're a righty. If you're a lefty, it'd be the opposite, be closer to the third base side. And you'd want to hit that. After kind of learning about hitting, another important skill is bunting. In softball, it's just a big part of the game. It kind of keeps the defense on their toes. You can use the short game to move runners, to steal bases, just to pick up free bases here and there. Just like hitting, bunting's basically the same type of thing. you want to make sure your feet are shoulder width apart. You can go ahead and get in that good stance with the knocking knuckles in the preload position. As soon as the pitcher squares, starts her motion to release the ball, that's when you want to square your bat. So you see the pitcher start her motion, you want to square at the top of the zone. You can go ahead and slide that second hand up just to have some more control. Rotate your body about 180 degrees. Make sure that you have full plate coverage so you can get that outside pitch that might be breaking away from you. You want to square at the top of the zone. That way, she throws you anything above that, you can go ahead and lay off that because you never want to pop a bunt off. So you can go ahead, as soon as she releases the ball, you can judge, is it too high, too low? If it's low, you want to make sure and bend the knees to adjust. As soon as that bat makes contact with the ball, you want to have some give. That way the bunt doesn't come off too hard. You can also, another thing you can do is you want to angle your bunts one way or the other, depending on where the runners are. Bunting just overall is a good way to move runners, keeps the defense on their toes, and just a good way to also pick up base hits. You know, if you're struggling, you need to get on base for your team, it's a good way to do it. So thanks for listening to my speech today.